Imagine this. You sign up for what you think is the most prestigious school in the universe, only to show up on your first day and find out, nope, this isn't a school. It's actually a high-stakes rescue mission. Today we're diving into the soul's journey to Earth and, well, how the original perfect plan went completely and utterly off the rails.
You know, this one question really says it all. It captures that original, super optimistic vibe of what Earth's soul school was supposed to be. Sounds amazing, right? A perfect system for growth. But, as we're about to find out, what could go wrong absolutely did. This hopeful idea is just the very beginning of a much bigger story.
So, let's start with the original blueprint. Section 1, the original plan. Before everything got so complicated, the whole idea behind this soul school was all about collaboration and support. Think of it like the perfect university campus, but, for souls who are trying to evolve.
The system was designed to be this beautiful, interconnected thing. Everybody had the exact same goal: learn your lessons, graduate, and go home. You even had a built-in buddy system with your twin soul, and the moment you passed a test, you were expected to turn right around and help the next person. It was literally designed to be one big, happy, functional family. And this is where the record just scratches to a halt. A guide, Lord Blue, drops this bombshell, revealing that, that perfect plan, it's ancient history. It completely reframes the entire mission. The school you thought you were signing up for, it doesn't really exist that way anymore.
So that brings us to Section 2, when the plan changed. You have to be asking, okay, so what happened? Well, the entire system got derailed, and it was all because of one specific group of souls, they call them the Fourth Wave, who made a very, very different choice than everyone who came before.
This slide just lays it all out, crystal clear. The first three waves of souls, they played by the rules. They stayed connected to their higher selves, they kept their mystic powers, and they remembered why they were here. But the fourth wave? They wanted to dive headfirst, no holds barred, into the physical world. They totally ignored all the warnings, cut themselves off from their own guidance, and, well, they forgot who they were and what they came here to do. And that disconnection led to this condition, I guess you'd call it, that's described by this really powerful metaphor, the wandering horse. Basically, the soul falls asleep in the saddle. It becomes a passenger. And the human body, the horse, with all its raw appetites and instincts, just grabs the reins and wanders wherever it wants, leaving the soul on the hook for a journey it didn't even choose.
And because of all these lost souls wandering around aimlessly, the entire purpose of coming to Earth is shifted. So that brings us to Section 3, your real mission is revealed. It's not just about your own graduation anymore. Nope, you've just been promoted from student to rescuer. And get this. Here's how the whole crisis just spiraled. First, you had these brave volunteers go down to try and wake up those lost souls from that fourth wave. But they totally underestimated how alluring, how tempting the physical world could be. And here's the crazy part. Most of those rescuers got lost themselves, which means now we have to send in new teams to rescue the original rescuers.
So, here it is, the big takeaway. Your purpose for being here isn't just about being a student and passing your own tests. You are now part of a multi-layered and honestly an increasingly dangerous rescue operation. The stakes have just gone through the roof.
And this reaction from the soul, Evan, just says it all, doesn't it? It's a total shock to the system. You think you're enrolling in some elite academy to become a king, only to find out you've been dropped right into the middle of a search and rescue op in what is basically hostile territory.
So what is it that makes this rescue mission so risky? Well, that brings us to Section 4, the dangers of free will. And it really boils down to two main types of lost souls you're going to run into: the sleepers and the selfish.
On one side, you've got the sleepers. These guys are completely unconscious, just lost in a dream of lazy pleasure. They've traded their freedom for an easy life. Then, on the other side, and maybe these are the far more dangerous ones, you have the selfish. They are wide awake. They're still on the path, but they are twisting its powers for their own corrupt purposes, for control, for wealth.
And underneath all of that, there's this really subtle, insidious danger. It's the idea that our own senses can be tricked. Because if seeing is believing, what happens when what you see is false? Well, what you believe will be false too. You can get trapped in this prison of misunderstanding and false beliefs and not even know the walls are there.
Okay, so we've got the new mission. We've laid out the dangers. Now we get to the most important piece of the whole puzzle. How do you get through it all? Section 5, navigating the invisible path. How are you supposed to find your way in this incredibly treacherous world?
The answer lies in something called the invisible path. It's the pre-made route, the correct way for your soul's journey. But here's the catch. It's invisible. You can't see it with your physical eyes. The only way to even perceive it is to stop looking outside yourself and start developing your own inner mystic senses.
And as you're trying to follow this invisible path, you're going to get pulled from both sides. On your left, you've got the temptation of just ease and rebellion. Hey, come with us, you won't have to work. And on the right, you've got the trap of rigid, fixed rules. We have the only answers. Do exactly as we say, or you'll be condemned.
And this brings us right to the ultimate solution. In a world of illusion, with all these temptations pulling at you, the only reliable compass you have is the one inside you. It's not about following a map someone else gives you. It's all about developing your own mystic senses, your intuition, your discernment, those gut feelings. That's your guide.
Which leaves us with this final thought to chew on. In a world where the right path can't be seen with your eyes, and you're surrounded by all these voices trying to pull you off course, relying on that quiet, inner guidance isn't just a good idea, it's the entire mission. So with that in mind, how would you find your way?